Hello guys, my name is Isabella Chineva. I'm the current youngest brother of this fraternity, and right behind me is the Furman Center of the Arts. This is where the fraternity conducts all of their dealings, their meetings, their chapters. This is also where we have our band practices, and that is one requirement of being in this fraternity. Follow me along so I can show you inside. This is the fourth floor. This is where the music is all held, the music floor. So obviously the elevator is going to take us up, and then you're going to see the wonderful fourth floor where every music department thing is. So we just stepped off the elevator, and over here is the Family Center lobby. This is where a lot of the music students chill before class, and we all have one class in common. It's called Wind Ensemble, and it's right down this way. Follow me. There's someone currently inside playing, but if you look over to the glass, you can see that this is what the room looks like. Very empty, but usually there's usually a podium right there and then a bunch of chairs of all of us playing. But we currently have our band concert coming up this April 30th, so pop out and see if you want to come see us play amazingly. And yeah, follow me this way. Over in this corner is the practice room. This is where all of our KK Psi brothers all practice their instruments. Well, supposedly practicing their instruments. But yeah, this is my favorite one. This is where I record a lot of my videos. You might have seen my last video, my digital project number 2. I recorded it right here in this practice room. Super fun, super fresh. And yeah, these practice rooms are available with your key card if you are a music major or minor. If you're not, it's okay. Just go over to our sponsor, Alex Air, and he would be able to give you access to the room and give us key in. And here we go. Okay guys, this is room 449. This is where the chapter conducts their chapter. This is where we get all the informational stuff going on in here. Unfortunately, as a chapter member, you're not allowed to disclose anything, otherwise you will get booted. And yeah, over here is where we discuss everything on Sundays at 7 p.m. Like clockwork. So yeah, that's it. In KK Psi, we make up an executive board. On the executive board, there are 5 members. There's the president, the VPM, the secretary, the historian, and the parliamentarian. And I asked each of them a different set of questions, except for the historian, parliamentarian, and secretary. I asked them the same question I asked our active brothers, but to our president, I asked them what the recruitment process was, what they did, and what they enjoyed doing as president. And for the VPM, I asked her what her favorite memory as a VPM was, and what exactly she did as a VPM. So have fun listening to these responses.
Hi, my name is Logan Walshhauser. I am the president of Kappa Psi. I am the class of 2025. My job as president is basically being the figurehead and point person for the chapter. It is communicating with our director of bands and our sponsor, as well as filling out national forms that national headquarters requires, and keeping sure that everyone else is doing their job, holding people accountable, and kind of meeting people where they are in terms of their goals and their tasks. I think joining KK Psi would be good for any college band member. It is this strong community of dedicated, passionate people who are all there for the same common cause, and I think that is a wonderful thing. It's not that hard to get into Kappa Psi. You have to maintain a 2.5 college GPA, as well as going through our recruitment week, and then eventually, should the chapter decide, they will extend a bid. But those main requirements are very attainable for any college band member worthy of being in the honor society. In my time as president, it's been really nice. I've gotten to work with some of my best friends for this wonderful thing that we all really enjoy, as well as knowing that every single week, no matter what, through thick and thin, I've gotten to have that time to share with my friends, my colleagues, my peers, in a time where we can be more than just friends, but we're actually brothers and have that familial relationship outside of just who we are as college students.
Hi, my name is Jill Nunez. I'm in the class of 2025, and I'm the Vice President of Membership of KK Psi. Essentially what VPM does is you're in charge of everything having to do with recruitment and membership. So that's recruitment week, holding recruitment events, and the entire initiation and new member education process for all the incoming classes. My favorite memory being VPM was probably attending the national convention. Right after I was initiated, I got to play in the national band and then also learn a lot about my position before I came back to school and started actually having to do things. KK Psi is just an incredible thing to be involved in, especially if you've been in any sort of leadership in high school and that you love music. It really teaches you a lot about what it means to serve others, and I think that everybody becomes a better person once they're through this program. So.
Hi, my name is Megan Fonda. I am the Secretary Treasurer of KK Psi, and I am the class of 2027. For my position, I handle all of the chapter funds, so bank account, balance sheets, Venmo, all of that kind of stuff. And secretary, I also take minutes, and I am the relations with all of the alumni. I send out emails, send out newsletters, all of that kind of thing. This position and this fraternity has positively impacted me because I came in with not a lot of friends, and this kind of built in some friends for me and a really amazing community that I can connect with, and I'm so grateful to have an organization that cares so deeply about music just like I do, that I can connect with on a personal level.
Hi, my name is Elizabeth Keegan. I am the class of 2026 and I am the historian of KK Psi. I run the social media accounts of the Instagram and Facebook. I am also in charge of the website and I take pictures for the fraternity. One of the things that that benefited me was not only learning more about myself, but also just the environment surrounding me, because I've made so many friends here. And one thing that negatively impacts me is not being a music major, but I think I've learned a lot from just not being a music major in this fraternity.
My name is Garrett Owen. I'm a class of 2025 and I'm the parliamentarian here at KK Psi. My job is basically to make sure the Constitution is, one, still there, two, is to make sure that it's all updated with the national Constitution and the district Constitution, and I conduct Constitution review in chapter and make sure that we all know the rules. The positives of being KK Psi is that I got a lot of friends. Like many other people in KK Psi, I didn't really know anyone before I got to band on that Monday or Friday or whenever we met, and it was really, I instantly connected with these amazing people, and we're all here to have a good time and really just get to know someone better on a more deeper level. A negative of being in KK Psi is that it is kind of a little bit time consuming, but it's a small price to pay to have such great friends.
Along with the executive board, our chapter makes up a bunch of brothers, and so I asked each brother a specific question of what is a benefit of being in here, and then what is a weakness you have of being in here, and so here are all of their responses.
Hi, my name is Michael Amodi. I'm the class of 2025, and I'm an active brother in the band fraternity. One strength that the band fraternity gave to me was my musicality. Back after high school, I stopped playing music, and I joined band again late, my sophomore year here. And I joined the band fraternity, and it really opened me up to everything that the music department really can give to a student here. So I'm happy to have that back. It makes me feel normal again. And the weakness, being in the fraternity, is really nothing. It just feels good to have music being a part of my life again.
My name is Samantha George. I'm class of 2027, and I'm the newly appointed historian of KK Psi. And one of the many benefits of being in KK Psi is feeling like I have a community and a home at UT. Even though we're a small college, it's nice to have an even smaller space to feel like I belong somewhere and I'm accepted by my friends in there. And then a negative of being in it is just the time management. I work at Raymond James Stadium during the fall, doing football game security, so it's a lot to handle in the fall, but in the spring it's chilled out a little bit more, so yeah.
Hi, I'm Lillian Moon. I'm in Psi class and I'm an active brother. One big benefit or positive for KK Psi for me is that the connections that I've made with all the brothers. I think that I've done a really good job of connecting with everyone, and we just all have a really strong bond, which I love. And a weakness that I personally feel that I have, or have had for the past year-ish, is just putting myself out there and trying to be a leader, and it's been kind of hard for me.
My name is Ashley Bowman. I am the class of 2026. I am an active brother, and one strength I've gotten from the fraternity is just my interpersonal skills, being able to connect with people on a deeper level. Coming from a small town, I didn't really have the opportunity to connect with people outside of that, so definitely meeting everybody has just been incredible. It's helped me expand outside of the fraternity as well. And then one weakness is just like caring about this fraternity so much, I put a little too much time into it sometimes. So just making sure that my school comes first, it's something I've struggled with, but I'm doing great. And everybody's here to support me, which is incredible.
Hi, my name is Aiden Elliott. I'm in the class of 2027, and I am an active brother of Kappa Psi. One of the strengths of being in this fraternity is you get a better sense of urgency. You feel like you have the initiative to do something, and you're really motivated to get things done. Whereas like before I was in this, I didn't feel as motivated to do certain things. One weakness is that it is a time commitment, and there are times when you have to sacrifice a weekend to do something for the fraternity, but it's okay because that's just kind of part of the lifestyle, is learning how to balance that out.
Before I end the documentary here, I wanted to have our sponsor give a word about how he has seen this fraternity grow, and so here it is.
I'm Dr. Alex Errett. I'm the chapter sponsor of KK Psi, and I've seen the chapter grow in many ways over my year as the sponsor, but really the best thing has been the brotherhood and having the chapter support one another and the department as a whole. It's really great to see them form a community as an organization.
And thank you for coming along on my fraternity journey. I love being a KK Psi, I love being a member, and that is Isabella Trinova signing out. See you all next semester.